I would like to describe the corporate world as a pyramid, and only a few that have learned to play the corporate game get to the top, and the rest stay at the bottom. What does it take to get to the top in the corporate world? You have to learn to be a people person. If there's one skill that I would say that I was lacking so much when I was in the corporate world, it would be that I was not a people person. It's one thing for you to know how to do your work excellently, to know how to do your job excellently well. And then it's another thing for you to be able to interact well with everybody within your team. And it's another thing for you to know how to do your job very well and interact very well with everybody within your team and within your organization. And if you want to survive in the corporate world, you have to learn how to interact very well with everybody within the organization. And also, make sure you do not stay under a boss or bosses that do not like you. If you find yourself in a situation whereby you have to work for somebody that doesn't like you, try as much as possible to leave that situation and find yourself in a better situation. Like recently, I'm trying to get back into like the regular 9 to 5 thing again, but not not in this country. But one thing I realized from the interviews that I attended in Nigeria was that I found out that most women, especially the older women, they actually have insecurities, like they are insecure. So most times they would be nagging you because they are trying to put you in where they think is your place, or they are trying to just make you feel uncomfortable so you don't aspire to take their position one day. I don't know how to put it. So I had this interview and I was when you go to an interview, you have to sell yourself. So I sold myself and I was talking about how I have an MSc and a BSc and I did this and I did that. So one thing I realized during the process of the interview was that the moment I mentioned that I had an MSc, I realized that she started to feel a type of way about it. And the moment I also mentioned that I was coming in with this innovative way of doing this particular thing that I was applying to do, at that very moment, I saw how she started to criticize me. From somebody who was some sort of friendly, she suddenly switched. So you most definitely don't want to find yourself working with somebody who is like that. Don't find yourself trapped working for a boss that is insecure, either male or female. Because one thing I realized from the work environment that I worked in like some years back, a lot of people there, when they even know something, they wouldn't want to share that knowledge that they have with you because they don't want you to know better than them. They want to be the know-it-all. They want to be the know-it-all that everybody can refer to, but they wouldn't want to share that knowledge that they have with somebody else. That's one thing that I realized when I was in corporate. And it's really sad that most times people that are ahead of us don't really prepare us for what we get to find out about how the world works or how the corporate world is or the corporate game. We're not prepared to play the corporate game to win, so we end up just going there and struggling. So if you're going to play the corporate game and you're aiming to get to the top, make sure that you strive as much as possible to be a people person. In fact, be a people person and make sure you have bosses that like you more than you even focus on doing your job. Because if you're the type that focuses on doing your job 100% and you leave your people skills to 0%, you're not going to do well on that job. So in the game of corporates, strive to be a people person more than 100% work person, because it's a balance. Na collabo. Try as much as possible You know, smile with everybody. No matter what no matter the industry you're in. If you're in the education industry, you're in like the regular 9 to 5 telecom, tech, all the various industries, these same rules apply. You have to make sure that your bosses like you. You have to make sure that people who are in positions of authority are able to speak for you. But unfortunately, it's not everybody that are able to have bosses that like them, because if you're somebody like me that has a polarizing personality, or but I just have there's just something about me that I myself don't even understand. Some people will see me and haven't even said a word, and they're already very very uncomfortable. So before you get into a job, make sure that, especially during the interview, see when you're going to be in. Don't be so desperate for a job that you don't realize that you want a job so badly, but you're not going to be in the best environment where you can thrive in. Don't just get a boss that you like. Get a boss that likes you. If your boss doesn't like you, do not take that job. So it's even more wonderful when let's say your boss likes you, and then you then learn to like your boss. Unlike a situation whereby you just like this boss and the boss doesn't even give a fuck about you. So, you know, make the best choice when it comes to playing the corporate game. Anyways, guys, it was just a very very short talk. Bye bye. I'll catch you in my next video. Remember, people would have courage of a positive level. And I'll see you in my next video. I was expecting to talk about all this, but I guess it's going to be helpful for somebody out there. Bye, love.